Okay, back. We're in. Ron. Streaming. Doing my thing. Okay, so I'm just setting up, making sure everything is working correctly, the sound's coming through, there's no technical issues, stuff like that. And then obviously I'll start painting as I normally do, and talking about Dungeons and Dragons as I tend to do as well. Today's a little bit later than normal, just to make sure the sun was coming off my desk. So I'll pop out, the sound is good. So yes, I'm all about talking about Dungeons and Dragons while I paint. This is my day off. This is the day where I don't really have any material prepared, but you're willing to chat along with me. You will find the start time for this video down in the description if you're re-watching it. This is unlike my other videos where if you sat in my live streams before, you'll know what they're like. But if you've never been part of my live stream, normally I present everything first and then I open it up to questions and answers, but that's not the format for today. The format is while I paint, ask your questions, say hi, chat along with me. We can talk about Dungeons and Dragons, we can talk about whatever you like. It doesn't really matter, I'm fine with it. So let us get started, shall we, and get the painting on. Hi, welcome to HowtoDandD. My name is Fred Wheeler and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons. Well, no, not really. I'm going to paint. I'm certainly willing to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, whether you be a player or a dungeon master or anything like that. But the real reason for me being here, this is my day off. This is the day I get to chill out and I don't have to have anything prepared, and we're going to paint my beholder. I made a beholder miniature, and so I've decided to continue the process. I hadn't quite finished it. We've got the basic sort of colors on it, and it's time to start doing a bit of detail work. So that's what's going to happen. So I'm all ready to go, and for those of you who may have noticed that I finally figured out how to get my screen to show everything rather than have it, is it 4x3 or 3x4 or whatever the heck it was. I finally figured out how to solve that problem. It took me a little while, but I have figured it out, so that's good news. So by all means, say hi to me as we go. I am going to just open up and say, look, I bought some new paints. So I bought myself the following paints. These are Vallejo. This is bright orange, so I bought myself some bright orange, which I feel I will probably use today. I'll just place that in the appropriate location where I will need it by the red. And I also bought myself some Vallejo brass. Of course, each one of these I popped off the lids inside. I popped the lid off with a knife, and I've put my ball bearing in there so that they can be used as shakers. I'm told that makes a big difference, and I have to agree, I think it has. I also got myself some medium sea grey Vallejo as well. It's got a ball bearing in there as well, and I'm not sure, I'm going to put that over by the white and the black. I think that's probably the smartest location for that. I like everything sort of easy to find, so that's the next one. I also bought myself some silver. Also has a ball bearing in it, and I'll put that over with the silver paints, or the metallic paints should I say. And I also bought myself, now I don't normally get Citadel paints, but I bought this Everland Sunset. Now the reason I got the Everland Sunset is because I have a Umber Hulk miniature, and I want to paint the Umber Hulk miniature plates with this color, and then use the other colors that I have to paint it. And that'll come up at some point. I don't know when, but it will come up at some point. Okay, so a drink of water. I've got my paints. I think we're going to go straight with the fine detail brush. I want to get the white in. So essentially I've painted it with flat earth, tan earth. I've used a bit of white, I've used a bit of red and flesh colours, and I'm just sort of trying to sort of get the basics around the eyes sorted out now. I suspect that me changing the time frame on people will have thrown a few people, confused them, but there's not much I can do about it. I think it was the best choice. The sun isn't sitting straight on my work area, which make a big difference with regard to actually being able to see anything. You wouldn't be able to see a thing otherwise. And it took to about I think it was about 12:30, the sun shifted, and it made a big difference. I have been reading through, what is it? I've been reading through Tomb of Annihilation Man, the more I read that story, the more I realise just how deadly it is. And frightening, in fact, just how deadly it is. I would say one of the most ruthless adventures I've ever seen. The fact there are some things that take place which require no dice rolling whatsoever, your character just dies. That's pretty brutal, even for me. And I've run some brutal games. I mean, Curse of Strahd was obviously not designed by me, but I ran it as a very, very tough game, and a lot of character death involved in that. There's a lot of things that take out characters, but this one is another kettle of fish. I understand that people are working their way through it. I'm kind of curious as to if they adjusted a lot of it or not. I don't feel like I would adjust too much. I feel like I would want to keep it as pure to the book as possible, and have it live up to the name of being the Tomb of Annihilation. But I'm not sure whether I'd be happy with a situation where there's no dice roll involved, which is a little bit odd. Usually I'll do at least everything once. Feel free to chat along with me if you feel inclined. I'm really happy about the video, the live stream that I did yesterday, which was Venom Fang for the Lost Mine of Fandel. That turned out really well. I only felt like I stumbled over my words maybe once or twice rather than quite a lot. So it's actually really hard to do live streams. So I'm painting the white back over because it wasn't quite thick enough in some locations on the eye, which is what I'm doing now. But yeah, I think that Venom Fang live stream is going to really work out for people. Certainly there seems to be a lot of interest in it. And just as it happens today, I was just finished editing, what was it, a monk video. I have a thing for the monk, so I've just finished doing a monk video, and it was on tongue of the sun and moon, just talking about the tongue of the sun and moon. Putting in all the subtitles, stuff like that. And I've also put up on the HowtoDandD Facebook group. If you're not part of that, feel free to join, because that's where I post pictures of my games that I'm playing, or if I'm DMing, I'll put stuff there as well. But right now I'm playing rather than DMing, and you'll find lots of images from our home game, or my home game, there. But I've put up a post talking about how to gain advantage on attack rolls, because it's a question that I've had people ask, and what they really want is a big, huge, long list of different ways that can be done. So I'm working on that. I've posted it up on the HowtoDandD Facebook group, and I've also posted it on the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition Facebook group as well. And it's, as always, if I time it the right part of the day, there's lots of activity. By the end of it, there'll be lots of suggestions outside of just my brain power. Somebody will come up with some really good suggestions, which I can then share with the rest of you, and it generates another content for another video. It's been really, really helpful, that I have to say. A lot of my videos aren't necessarily a product of my own brain power, but they are a product of the Dungeons and Dragons community. I don't know if everybody knows that, but it's true. Often my research goes beyond the books, and I talk to other dungeon masters, I talk to other players, and that might not just be through Facebook, that might be through other means. So if you think that everything that comes out of my videos and out of my mouth is my idea, it's not really the case. It is a collection of viewpoints and ideas from multiple people. And by all means, let me know if the sound or the video quality is poor. It should have improved. I've been told the new router has been set up correctly, and that whatever was supposed to be going on should have made a big difference to the quality of the video. I still have turned down the frame rate. It's not sitting at 60, it's sitting at 30, but the resolution's still sitting pretty high. I can't do anything for anybody who starts making comments about the sound. Remember, I'm not in a sound studio, so if the sound bounces, because I'm actually facing a window, and therefore I can't position the mic in such a way to stop the sound from bouncing off the window. I'd have to block off the window, which doesn't really work. I've been told that that's part of the problem, and I've also been told to put a rug in my my office because it's a wooden floor, and apparently anything that's sort of a hard surface on a floor will cause sound to bounce. There isn't really anything soft in my office, it's all hard walls, so therefore I sort of have to soften it up. I might see if I can't get somebody to paint me some pictures and then put towels behind them or something. Gotta love the beholder. Vicious, nasty, terrifying, peculiar, floats and flies. And I think every time I've ever used a beholder, I've been very excited about its possibilities. It's actually really hard to make it work, because when players see them, I feel like they must have spent an awful lot of time figuring out how to deal with the beholder, or at least my players anyway. And they come up with some really clever strategies. The problem is fly. If they can fly, they can get to the beholder, and of course they cast fly on somebody who's a hard hitter like a rogue, but more likely a paladin if they've got a paladin, and Mr. Beholder is just not going to last that. A couple of smites and she's all over. Alright, that's that eye all whited up. Let's get it out. So I suppose this would have to be quite unusual. Normally I'm just painting on a great huge block of colour, and today we're actually doing a little bit of the detail. It's good news. It's good news. Alright. I've got one more little eye to sort of cover with white, so we'll do that as well. And nice and carefully there. I've also got some more videos to cover on the monk. There is some paladin ones, I just haven't got through the backlog. Normally I shoot my videos in a huge block and then I go through and edit them. Ooh, ooh. Let's just get that round there. I don't know what time it is in your country, but it's the afternoon. It's been raining here, and it's just starting to, the sun is starting to poke its head out and do its thing. And I am surprised. The garden has just gone bananas. There is a lot of activity. I've got my new fruit trees, which the snails have been trying to attack. I've managed to actually get them to grow, and they had little flowers forming on them, or buds, so I've taken the buds off because they're too small right now to be fruiting. And I'm really looking forward to, in a couple of years, being able to actually pick anything from that. Although my biggest problem is going to be feeding them. Feeding a garden is actually quite expensive, I've been told. And I suspected that was going to be the case. I've just got to come up with solutions. I've been told that me jumping the fence and getting into the farmers' paddocks to grab their cow poo is probably going to get me into trouble, so I guess that won't be happening. Although it might be happening, just not when anybody's watching. We'll see. But I'm pretty sure that cow poop is going to work out quite nicely on any garden. I do remember my mum clambering over the fence when we were living in Matakana, which is up north in New Zealand. And she would go and collect all the horse manure out of the paddock. It was everywhere, and she'd just collect it up and then stick it on her garden, and everything used to grow really, really fast. Although I do remember, do not urinate on the cucumbers. They go black. It's a bad thing to do. Don't do it. Doesn't help the garden at all. Although she did encourage us to do our business, our peeing that is, not the other one, on the garden to help it grow, because you need a lot of liquid. Bill Allen, man, how's it going? I know who you are. I watch your channel every once in a while. Not a lot, but I do. And I certainly have been subscribed for some time. Are you doing any painting? I know you do a lot of terrain work yourself, Bill. Anything in particular you're working on right now? Okay, so what am I going to do? We're going to go with the... I've got a body on here. I don't know if you can necessarily make it out, but there's actually a body on the base that I'm going to have my beholder having a munch on later on. Bill, going well, mate. That beholder is looking good so far. Yeah, not too bad for a homemade beholder. It's not absolutely perfect, but then considering I'm not exactly the smartest fellow when it comes to construction, and it was supposed to be... I was supposed to try and make a beholder that anybody could do, not just me or some person who's really clever like the likes of AJ Pickett or anybody else on the internet. So it's not too bad. Alright, let's grab some flesh. I know I had some flesh colours here. And where are they gone? There, that's the flesh colour. So I think what I'll do is I will actually just attack those teeth before I do the little person on the base. Oh my, we have a backlog of minis and terrain to paint. Yeah, I bet you do, mate. I've got a backlog. In fact, it's going to be more complicated if people keep sending me stuff. I haven't only had one person send me stuff, but that in itself has created a bit of a backlog. There just isn't enough time. And there isn't enough time to do it, let alone to film it, which is why I don't even bother trying the pre-recorded stuff anymore. I just stick it straight to live stream and then worry about it later on. Yeah, which equates to I don't worry about it at all. It's just not worth the effort. Besides, this is my painting day. This is my day of chilling out and relaxing. I always find myself talking far more than I probably should. I went and saw the new movie Venom, and not really a friendly kiddie movie, and I don't see them ever making another movie like it. They're certainly not going to be making Carnage. It just doesn't make any sense. It hasn't done well, and I can see why. It's just too dark and scary and freaky. How could you get any kind of decent audience to this thing? Because you can't take your kids. Oh, Mum, Dad, I want to go and see Venom, and they're going to see the trailer and like, no. Little Billy and Sue are not going to see Venom because it's just way too scary, way too out of there. Venom eats people. What's that, Bill? Right, do it live, take your time, do what you can. Exactly. That's my view. And besides, YouTube's all good with live stream. In fact, I think they actually promote live stream over a lot of other stuff. I'm a very small channel, and I've noticed that they seem to promote them pretty consistently. Even people who haven't necessarily been part of my channel, they manage to find my live streams. And that's because I suspect that YouTube actually promotes it. So, cool. I love it. It's good news. Opens me up to a new audience. Hi Mike, how's it going? Nice beholder base coat, Fred. The moulding makes it look like it has 2 legs though. Yeah, well, because I did. It was just so it had something to stand on. Oh, what I should have done is I should have put eyes. If I put eye beads at the bottom, and it would have made a lot more sense, I suspect, but I just didn't do that. Do you agree? Yeah, it kind of does look like legs, but I'll figure it out. Either that or I just won't worry about it. The fact that it looks like it's got legs, I'm just going to ignore it. I think a single support post would have looked better by design. Might well have been. I think the reason I didn't do that is just sheer strength. The two is the better strength. And what I should have done is had them curl, and then I should have had some eyes at the bottom here, so they look like they were part of the existing eye stalks. But never mind, it's too late now. I've done it. All right, so where is my white? I'm going to just paint the body on the base white, and then I'll go back over with the flesh. Blah 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 blah. Bella, I do really appreciate you showing up to my live stream. I would not have guessed that you would have showed up to little old me. You guys should go and check out Bella Allen, by the way, if you haven't. Lots of stuff on there. particularly if you are a young adult or a teenager. Very much focused on that particular audience. So, what I noticed also about that Venom movie is the sound was so loud. It was absolutely just mind-blowing. By the end of it, I felt like I needed to have paracetamol or some sort of headache medication because it was so hard on the ears. I think they really needed to tone it down just a little bit more, but no, they haven't. Never mind. It's too late now. They had their chance. Either that or the theatre turned up the sound way too much. I don't know. But it did seem extremely loud. Alright, okay, so skipping that brush, we're moving on to a slightly bigger brush because it's going to take me too long to paint the body, and I still want to get the flesh on there. And oh, my eyes. There we go. Drink of water. Where's my other brush? There it is. There's the standard one. I was using the layer number 5. Is it layer? Is it layer number 5? I think it's either layer S or layer number 5. And I'm not saying Leah. Alright. Brush. Come here. Standard brush. Starting to look a little bit worn out actually. It wasn't a great brush to begin with. I don't understand why that is the case because it's supposed to be a pretty good brush. It's supposed to be a Citadel brush. That's supposed to be good. Pay enough for them anyway. Right. So let's just get the body coated. Let's do this quickly. Don't really want to spend an hour watching me paint a body on the base white, so we want to get back to the beholder, don't we? I know I do. I'm sure everybody else does too. We've got to start painting those eyes. I'm pretty happy with the body. I think it's going to work out quite nicely. What's that, Mike? Laugh out loud. All good. I might pop in and out in this stream and check on your results. You're welcome. I totally understand, man. You've got other things to do. I'm way behind on my minis myself. Laugh out loud. I have 2 packs of kobolds, a pack of orcs, a pack of goblins, and a rust monster to do. Alright. Well, you're going to be busy. You know, there's no time frame on painting, eh? You can just do it at the time frame that's going to work for you. And if the time frame is a long time, it's fine as long as you don't buy more miniatures. That's the trap, is buying more miniatures and having more and more things build up over time, and then you're still not painting all the stuff that you've already got. That is the trap. Well, that was the trap for me when I was playing Warhammer. And there we go. That'll do. Right, let's shuffle that out. Jeff, how's it going, mate? Looking to get WizKids Beholder, but my local game store always sold out. Do you know, I went in there and I bought an Umber Hulk, and the guy in the store said, "Oh, you didn't grab a Beholder?" And I said, "Well, there is no Beholder on the shelf, mate. So Kyle, where's the Beholder?" "Oh, I'll have to restock the shelves." And I was thinking, I'm here now, Kyle. I'm in the store. You've told me that there's a Beholder and that you've got one out the back. Why don't you just go out the back and get it? But he didn't go out the back. He just stood there like a ninny, and I bought the Umber Hulk instead. And I was like, cool, blimey. If it had been Armel, I don't think I'd have had that kind of service. Kyle, I know you're probably never going to watch this, but you missed out on an opportunity to sell me another miniature. And I'm going to point that out on live stream, on YouTube. Remember, upselling. If you're going to be a salesman, you've got to upsell. That's always what they're talking about. Upsell that thing. Get the customer what they want. As long as they're not being complete asses about everything, it's all good. All right. Nice drink of water time. Mike, Fred, I'm totally in that trap. You know it well, it seems. See you later on. Yes, I absolutely know the trap of buying miniatures and never painting all of them. Okay, so how's my eye looking? I feel like my central eye still needs a little bit more white. Hence, we're going to do that. I feel like the drooly bit around the mouth is going to cause me a whole bunch of hassles, but I'm going to stick with doing the white for now and come back to that. I feel like the other eyes are pretty close to being solid. How far are we in? We're only 25 minutes in. Oh, we got plenty of time. We're going to get it done today, I'm sure. And as a bonus, you don't have to sit through me painting the miniature black for about half an hour. So you're all special now. Special. What movie is I will really want to go and see is Johnny English. I really enjoy Rowan Atkinson playing that character, and but I knew it wasn't going to be possible with my brother around. He would be like, no, Venom. Let's go see Venom. I want to see Venom. Okay. Come here, little eye. I feel like I am pretty close to finishing up reading through Tomb of Annihilation, and I'm then going to start reading through Water's Deep Dragon Heist, which I honestly think, from the small look that I've had a look, small time I've spent looking at it, should I say, it looks like one of the best adventures in terms of being easier for a dungeon master to prepare than anything I have ever seen. Seriously, I think it's that good. Okay, so we're going to just go in here a little bit more. I'm going in closer. I actually deliberately avoided going in close so that I would only have one pass and hopefully wouldn't balls things up and have to redo anything. So here it goes. We're on. Let's make it work. And there. I think that's going to come out just right. I'm holding my breath. That's not a good thing. You're not supposed to hold your breath. Remember, when lifting anything, breathe in and then breathe out when you go for the lift. Snorting like a walk pig. Do 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 do. Light colours. Alright, so now we're going to go with the eye here and paint in here again. The fortunate aspect is I do not believe that it's going to be quite as time consuming to get everything done this time around. I think it's going to be a lot easier. Significantly easier than it was before. Re-TV, how's it going? And what's up? Well, I'm painting my beholder, that's what's up. Not too much. Having a good day. It's always nice to have a good day. Back to work tomorrow, but I'm not going to think about that just yet. And close in. Tidy. tidy. Alright. Control the brush. Think like the brush. Yeah, it'll be cool when it's done. That's my general feeling. Right, I'm feeling like I'm losing control of the paint somehow, so I'm going to have to double down. If you don't hear anything from me, it's because I'm holding my breath. Holding my breath. Ready? Deep breath in. And breathe out. Okay, I think I got it wrong now. Maybe it's when painting, hold your breath. Suck it in. Breathe out. Okay, now I'm just being a dick. I realise this. Dear. Okay, well, I could probably go in a bit deep and closer than that. Let's just get this paint moving. The white is a lot thicker, so I have to definitely water it down. Got to be careful it doesn't bleed though. Alright, I don't know if you can necessarily see what I'm doing. I'm trying to make sure I leave the shot in so you can actually see what I'm up to. If I'm not, you let me know if I'm not, and I'll do my best. Line it back up so you can see what's going on. So what projects are people doing? I'm assuming that not everybody is staying up really, really late at night watching me painting this miniature, because if you are, I don't know why you're doing that. Just come in and say hi, it's all right to go again. Come and ask a question. Like I said, I'm happy to talk about anything to do with Dungeons and Dragons. Honestly, I'll talk about just about anything. Doesn't really matter. It's fine with me. Okay. We're getting in close. It's the hold the breath technique again. Here we go. And breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Okay. Alright, so moving this up, and we'll try to go along the top. Oh, that's that. Oh, God. As soon as I try to do something that's really fine and tricky, it's like my hand goes all over the place. What the heck? Alright. Did it look alright? Does it come out? Not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. That's good. Moving on to the next eye. I know you're all thinking, Fred, instead of painting something black for half an hour or 40 minutes, you're painting stuff white. Is there no end to this? And I say there is no end to this. You show up and you watch me paint one colour on a miniature in the same place multiple times. And you're thinking, this was supposed to be exciting. I don't know that watching somebody paint miniatures is that exciting. Make sure you get your music out. Listening to something is always helpful, particularly if you don't like the sound of my voice. And no, I don't play royalty-free music on my channel because it's just too much hassle, and I don't see why you would have to put up with my music that I have selected. It's royalty-free, which probably wouldn't be very good anyway, and you could just play your own. Okay, alright, so that is that, and now it's the get in the corners and get it nice and close and tidied up. And here we go. Brush, brush, brush. Just a little bit of paint. And then very carefully turn the angle, get it in there. Now my eyes, either my paint's getting thick or my eyes are going again. It's probably my eyes. This is the problem when you've got old eyes, old hands. It's a young fella's game, or a young person's game. Young man, no, your young woman's game, doing this fine detail painting. It's never that great at it to begin with anyway, so. Almost went over the line. Oh, okay, suck it in. All I achieved was just making a mess. And shaking everywhere. Okay, try again. Good. I think that worked out not too bad. And we'll just try down this side here. Okay, did I get it? Did I get it? Did I get it? No, I didn't. Missed it. Let's do it again. Oh! 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 Can I brush it off? See, this is the problem when you start making mistakes. Right, where is this? That's what I want. I want the tan. Let's see if I can just tidy up that little overspill. And we're going to just tidy up the corner there just a little bit. In the corner, just over here. And just make sure I get a little bit of the paint. And then tidy up just there. Hardly even gonna notice that. All good. Oh, somebody doesn't like what they're seeing. Okay. Next. On last eyeball. Come on, you. Just cover it. Come on, the lie. Come on, the lie. So I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons tomorrow. So that means that you'll get a pre-recorded video rather than me doing anything live or anything like that, because I won't be at home. I'll be hopefully playing Dungeons and Dragons. But if you want to know what I'm roughly up to, just join the Facebook group HowtoDandD, and I usually post up some images of some of the games. And usually on the night, so I don't usually take too long about it. Cool. All right. That's that. It's just okay. Getting there. And now I just need to tidy up around the edge of the eye. This one I think is pretty much done. I don't think I have to do too much with it, so I won't. I'm going to try not to get too carried away. So how's this going to work? Small motions. Okay, and then which way? How do I get to the angle there? That's all right. Cool. I'm literally just using the tip of my brush. All right, cool. And then yeah. All right. So now I've got to do something. Hi Aaron, how's it going? I've got to do something about the drawl. I haven't actually figured out exactly how I'm going to contend with the drawl, but I know I need to do something. Aaron, oh good, I found where the cool people are hanging out. Well, apparently not everybody here is cool. But it's all right. It's cool. I'm just having my day off. As you know, this is my day off. I don't have to really produce anything. I just need to do whatever I feel like doing, and right now it's just painting this thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some white on this and go over with another color and try to make the jewelry stuff kind of look like something that would come out of his mouth. Yeah, I have a plan for this. It sounds really convincing, doesn't it? I haven't completely figured out what my plan is with that, but it's all right. I will eventually. And how do I get to... Oh, there we go. We're just... Dun. It's just going to go there. And then paint through here. Small movements, Fred. Small... There we go. It's not going to be white, so don't freak out. Bill thinks I'm funny, but I'm so serious. I'm such a serious guy. My sense of humor is so dry. It's brittle. I think somebody somebody took the funny gene completely out of my part of the family. My brother is so much funnier than I am. And I try so hard. Now, Alan's having a good time. That's good. Sorry, should I say Bill Allen? Bill. Sorry, Bill. I looked at your name, and all I could see was Alan. And it was like the first thing that came out of my mind. My mouth, not my mind. My mouth. Re-TV films. I made 2 clay beholder miniatures. One broke and the other never dried. Hey, look, stop mucking around with that that drying clay. Okay, you want to go and get some of this stuff. Go get the milli putt. Okay, it dries, air dries, but it's putty and it's not clay putty. It's good stuff. It doesn't crack. No cracking. No cracking. Grab this stuff. It's down in the description. I have an affiliate link to the thing. Go grab that stuff. It's really good. Alright, I've finished plugging milli putt and we'll move on to painting the miniature. You're welcome, ReTV. No problems. I totally understand because I have a, what will I call it? A gargantuan earth elemental golemy thing, and it's just got cracks all through it. I knew it was likely. It's just I did not see myself being able to afford to buy a huge quantity of milli putt to build the thing. So hence I used air dry clay, and it's cracked all over the place. Bella, I'm sure it happens all the time. I'm glad you're understanding about it. It's good. But so yes, air dry clay sucks the hairy gonads. It really does, and you don't want to use it. Not unless you've got no other choice. So now I have a problem. I still want to finish it because apparently a whole lot of people were interested enough to go and check out the live stream. Trust me, it's really, really long. You might fall asleep, so take a sleeping bag, and then I've got to try and fix it at some point, and I don't know how, and I'm still contemplating the solution to that. Right, so texturing the skin. I actually have already done a lot of that. It's just probably not that obvious. It actually has a tan color over the skin. It might not be enough. I might have to go get more aggressive. There isn't a lot of detail in the marks that I put on there. I feel like I should have created more texture on the creature than I did, but it's too late now. All right, let's get on to the eyeballs. Do I want eyeballs? I want something. I want to paint my fleshy person. That's what I want to do. I'm going to grab a fleshy person. Where is the drink of water time? So I'm still thinking. So I used flat earth and then the tan earth to lighten it up, but it may not be enough. I might have to take the tan earth, add a bit of white to it, and attack it again. I don't mean with a sword, I mean with a brush. With a brush. Okay. Where are we? We are looking for flesh colours. Yes, there it is. And we're going to paint the little flesh man on the ground who's dinner. Dinner for my beholder. What should be the name of this beholder? This is my question to you. Put it in the comments now, please. Give me a name for the beholder. I'm going to go with Greg, but you do not have to agree with me. It could be anything. Let me know in the comments what you think the name of the beholder should be. Let's turn around. Let's paint down first, and then I'll go for the sides. Any name is good, as long as I can pronounce it. If I can't pronounce it, well, hang on. Forget about that. Oh my God, Bill, you knew it. You knew I wouldn't be able to cope. He's given me a name I can't pronounce. Can I? So we're going to spend a couple of minutes while Fred tries to figure out how to pronounce that. Zonderthrix. Hopefully I got it right. I doubt it, but I tried. You'll correct me. I know somebody will. They always do. What else have we got here? Jim. I like Jim. Jim, like Jim from Star Trek, as in James T. Kirk Jim. Yes, all for that. Jim is easy. It's 3 letters. It has 1 vowel and 2 consonants. Makes perfect sense to me. Jim. Greg was good, but Jim's pretty good too. The real pyromancing yeah. Hi, how's it going? The real pyromancer man. Pyromancing. How's it going, mate? I'm not going to say the entire name because it's going to take me forever. I'm just going to call you the real pyromancer. How's that sound? Just let me know if that's unacceptable and we'll negotiate a new name for you. Zonder Threx. Bill is correcting me and making sure I know how to pronounce stuff. I have to do a video at some point on the difficulty of pronouncing Dungeons and Dragons names and just how crazy they are and how poor I am at doing it. Haha! Alright. Okay, so let's go for the sides. Something like that will probably do. Zonderthrax. How did you make that mini? I actually did a video, and you can see that it is made with a wooden mothball, and then I used paper clips, and I drilled holes in the wooden ball, and I stuck them in there, and then I glued beads on the ends of the paper clips that had the eye stalks, and then I created a base for it out of paper clips again, and I hot glued a lot of that down. I'm painting hot glue right now, and then I used toothpicks for teeth, and a bit of putty went over, well, quite a lot of putty went over the structure, milliput as it happens. And you're welcome. If all you just do is just type into YouTube crafting a beholder, you'll probably find mine is one of the few videos, if not the only video out there. I could be wrong. I've got a couple of them. It took me a while, quite a while as it happens, but I got there eventually. Aaron, they need to make a Star Trek episode where they come across the Sword Coast and magic peeps, dragons, beholders. Yes, why not? Let's do that. Let's have. Well, we can't, can we? Because the current crew cast of Star Trek have decided that they're not going to make another movie. So we're not going to see any Star Trek. That's because somebody didn't come up with a good enough story, or they're not going to pay the actors enough, which I kind of understand and kind of don't understand. I do feel like this sort of spells the end for a lot of actors. You'd think over time they would realize that there is an issue when the studio doesn't want to pay you more money because the last movie you didn't do that well, and it's not necessarily all your fault because more than one person made that movie. You kind of have to sit with it. But apparently no more Star Trek movies for a while, or there'll be a reboot or something like that. Bill is having a good old laugh there. I'm glad somebody's entertained. It was supposed to be entertaining for somebody, even if it's not for me. Or for you, if you're watching it, that is. The Real Pyromancer. I recently picked up the 5e Monster Manual, and it's so cool that your name is in it. Did you find my name in it, did you? It must have taken you forever, mate, because it's not very big. It's in very small print. Yes, it is the only book that I have apparently contributed to. I was surprised. I was actually, honestly, completely blown away by the fact. But it happened. And given the time frames for the feedback on the Monster Manual, I tell you, I'm surprised anybody was able to get any feedback to them. That was very, very fast. I know you guys are thinking, oh, but they had like 2-something years. It did not work that way. Trust me, it didn't. Might be for the core rules were play tested like that, but it wasn't for the monsters. A lot of the final stuff was done in the very last sort of months. We had like weeks for whole sections to give feedback on. But I'm glad that you find it exciting that you found my name in the Monster Manual. So it must mean I must know something about it, right? No. Or I'm just one of those people who just managed to get on the bandwagon for the alpha playtest with it. Oh dear. Trust me, it wasn't because I had a desire to do it. It was more I was, roped into it. I didn't really have a choice. I had a friend who was absolutely adamant that we should be part of the alpha playtest. Okay, right. The fleshy body is getting there. All right, what do we got here? Oh my God, Roman, what are you trying to do to me? Bartholomew Beholder. Oh my God, Bartholomew. That's what it is. Hi, Bucky. Bucky Paul, how's it going, mate? Bill, Red Lord, the Beholder. Bill, it's better. It's much better. Thank you. The Real Pyromancer. What do you got here? I'm still trying to paint this at the same time. So if I look like I'm ignoring you, it's not that I'm actually ignoring you. Well, I am ignoring you because I'm trying to paint the miniature, but I am not going to ignore you forever. I will eventually read your comment as I sort of look up and I'm not doing something that's really, really tricky. Of course, just about everything here right now is really, really tricky, but what do you got here? The Real Pyromancer, what do you got here? Why do you live stream videos more often than record them online? Very simple. I have a job, 40 hours a week. I travel for an hour both ways. There isn't time to pre-record stuff. So I do it live stream, and so that you guys have somebody to talk to rather than just chat with me in the comments section. That is why I live stream. I can get away with having to spend a lot less time. It takes a lot of time to actually process videos. If I did pre-recorded videos every day and my channel pumps out a video every day, I would only be able to do pre-recorded stuff once a week, like any normal small channel. Trying to do it more often is just impossible. It would have to be a job, and it's not going to be a job because if it becomes a job, it's not fun anymore. So hence, it's not a job. So that's why I do it, and I get a good opportunity to communicate with you guys. That's why I live stream so much. Re-TV, what do you got here? Oculus. Oh, Oculus the Beholder. Not bad, not bad. Re-TV Films gets an A+ from me. All right, let's not get distracted. We're supposed to be actually painting this miniature, so let's get the big eye. I think somebody had mentioned the big blue eye. So let us paint the central eye blue. So I've got some blue. What have I got here? I've got Kantor blue. It's a Citadel Paint, so we're going to wait to see. I'm going to put the miniature well away from where I'm opening, just in case I wind up spilling it everywhere. Bill. At the Real Pyromancer, it's easy to just live stream than it is to record and then edit, compress, upload, metadata, adding in subtitles. Oh mate, checking everything, because if you do pre-recorded stuff, people expect you to do high quality, so you have to check your video content to make sure you didn't make any mistakes, didn't say anything stupid. That doesn't stop me from saying stuff stupid, because I live stream all the time, but I have occasionally said a few stupid things and been corrected. I haven't often had to take my my pre-recorded stuff down, but it has happened occasionally. That is the Bill's got it right on the I was going to say on the nuts. Yeah, it is pretty much on the nuts. So that's the reason why, is just the sheer amount of work involved, much more difficult. So I managed not to spill everything. Now I'm going to try and paint a central eye on this thing. Alpha Quay the Beholder, the Real Pyromancer. Oh, not bad, not bad. Roman, that's it. Okay, all right, I've got it. It took me a little while to get there. Very, very long time, as it happened, but anyway. What's that, Aaron? Oculus Prime. Yeah, why not? Oculus Prime it is. Okay, so I'm painting the eyeball, and I'm using my brush to try and form the teeth. Yeah, yeah. This is going to be difficult. I'm trying to get it to go round. Yeah, like that's going to happen. Bill, hey Fred, it's been fun. Glad I caught your live stream. Have to go now and have to pick the kids up. Oh, what? Get the kids to bed. Understand, Bill. You have a good day. Thank you for showing up, mate. Roman, call him Bart for short. Bart. Yes, we could call him Bart. Why not? I think Bart's not a bad name. Bart's all right. Nothing wrong with Bart. Let's get the eye. Big blue eye. Oh. Oh, it's hard. This is so hard. Trust me, this is very hard. Aaron, oh man, a beholder with a bunch of Modron underlings. Oculus Prime and the Oculus spots. Aaron is brilliant. Aaron, you're brilliant. That is such a cool idea. Because, look, Modrons can't argue with the beholder, can they? They're less likely to get disintegrated or obliterated by an angry beholder simply because they just follow instructions. The real pyromancer, what do you got here? In New Zealand. In New Zealand, yes, I'm in New Zealand. Yes, I'm in New Zealand. You got it. I'm in Helensville. Don't show up, don't knock on my door. Like last time somebody wanted to show up at my place, they were asking what number on the street I was on, what street number. I was like, oh my god, I've heard of this stuff before. It's just a bit creepy. Don't even know you really. Start off with conversation first. Dear. Okay, where do you buy your paints? I get them from Games Workshop or Livewire in Auckland. So I had to travel about an hour to get there. I recently found Vagabond Games and Collectibles in Auckland. That's where I get them from. And they have a bunch of colours, but I just want to know if there are any other places in it. Yeah, I get it in New Zealand. There are many places. You can go down to the King of Cards. There's probably going to be paints down there. My problem is with the other guys is they tend to charge more than Armel, who's the manager at Vagabonds. The only way to get your paints cheaper is to buy them online through a Chinese supplier, which I don't know the name of, unfortunately, so I can't help you with that. I know my brother buys a lot of his stuff through a sort of like a third party and gets them shipped to him, but he buys them in bulk, so that makes a big difference. I feel like that eye, I'm not going to mess with the blue eye too much more. I'm going to just leave the little blue eye because we're going to put some black on there at some point. Ha ha ha, we got it done. I knew I'd get that eyeball on. Right, what do we got here? Exactly. That stuff sent in the wrong order. It's all right. The real pyromancer, you're cool. I figured it out. Now, eyeball colours. We want some eyeball colours. What's a suitable eye? I mean, obviously brown, but we've already got a brown creature, so it doesn't really make much sense. I'm going to go with green. A green eye. Come on, guys. Give me some colours for the other eyeballs. I'm going to paint them on as well. This is not the only one. I'm going to start with some green. I think green's a nice colour. I like green. I dress in green so I can just blend into the, yes, red and yellow, okay? Right, so green, red and yellow's a pain to put on, but it's not so bad on white. I guess that's true. Yep. So let's do the green, and I've got some red ready to go, and I've got the yellow ready to go as well. So now, just gonna paint on the green, paint on the green. Oh, there we go. I'm going to try to do a central pupil as well. I think I can do it. There we go. Not too bad. How's the barmaid coming? She's fine. She's just, yeah, she hasn't come along a lot recently because I haven't done anything with her, but I will. I haven't done anything today with her. I suppose I should. kind of having fun with the beholder, so I'm kind of leaving her alone. I normally, every time I do one of these videos, I add a little bit more paint to her miniature, but I just haven't done that today, as it happens. Oh, okay. Trying to get a nice clean line, it's not so easy, but anyway, we're getting there. It's happening. We've got some eyeballs starting to develop. There we go, there we go, it's getting there, and then of course if it's slightly offset it doesn't matter because it kind of looks like he's looking in different directions. I didn't think of that. Let's not change the angle. There's a green eye, and then I think I want 2 green eyes. I've decided I'm going to paint 2 green eyes, and I'm going to make this eye here another green eye. So. And then we'll have a yellow and a red, and I feel like a brown eye is just, no, it's not going to happen. Brown eyes, no brown eyes, good enough brown. How are we doing for our time? Oh, we're kicking over into the hour zone. It's alright, it's my day off, I can go a little bit longer. If you guys can put up with me, apparently there's 9 people who will, so that's good. We'll just keep going. Ugh, oh, my stomach's going to do something really strange. Oh, what is that all about? Okay, and then he shuffled it around and come from the top. Oh, I'm only kidding, I didn't do anything. BRB, ReTV films. You're going to have to explain to me what BRB means, because right now my brain is just focusing on the eyes, and BRB means nothing to me. Do you know, every time somebody sends me one of those shortening things, there's so many acronyms nowadays, I have to look them up. It's like, what does that mean? What are they trying to tell me? Is that an insult? Or are they being nice? I don't know. I'll have to look it up. Oh, it means that. Now I understand. Be right back. Ah, thank you. Thank you for that. Be right back. It's all right, man. If I was be right back, I don't feel like I should go anywhere, because if I go anywhere, then I might not come back. Right, so let's go with the red. Should it be the middle eye or the side eye that's red? That is our next question. Come on, people. Give us some answers. Let us know. Tell me what it's going to be. Your choice, your opportunity to pipe in, to give me some feedback. We're supposed to be interactive here, or something like that. Okay, so next, and it's going on. The paint's going on. It's too late. It's done. It's going to go right here. Ooh, that's evil. Aaron, the red. It looks really scary. Looks like an eyeball that would do lots of bad things. That's the eyeball that disintegrates you, right? Has anybody had a character that got disintegrated by a beholder? I've never actually had one. It's supposed to be scary. Yes, you're right, Aaron. Thank you for correcting me. I had almost forgotten for a second there. I thought he was just a cute fellow. What do you think? Do you think beholders require an optometrist later on in life? You have to go and check in, get glasses, spectacles. Yeah, maybe, no. I've always wondered whether a beholder, considering they've got so many eyes, you'd think they would have eye issues, you know. Do they wear contact lenses? There we go. And next it is yellow. Yellow. You said yellow, you get yellow. Where is it? And, oh, that's a little bit more paint than I should have put down, but never mind, it's too late now. Okay, so yellow's on the outside eye. Let's just grab that, and then, is it going to cover it all right, or am I going to have to be here forever? Okay. That might work. I think it's only because there's white to base it off. If it had been any other colour, I'd be here for a long time. Is that 2 greens? Yes, that is 2 greens, man. I went with 2 green eyes. I like green eyes. I mean, I know I've got blue eyes. Myself, my eyes are blue, but I like green eyes. It's very exotic. Oh, 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 oh. Just getting it in there. Aaron, are you taking offense to 2 green eyes? I hope you're not. Don't take it personal. Okay, alright, so I'm going to just have to thin that paint down. It's way too thick. Just getting a little bit out of hand there. So let's just see if we can just... Oh, geez. It is very, very thick. No wonder the yellow went on easily. You have a problem with another colour. Do I? Which colour is that? No, I just didn't know what colour else. I didn't really want to paint it brown. So 2 green eyes, I sort of like the idea. If you've got a better suggestion, Aaron, fire it up. Fire it up. Let me know. There's still time. I can paint over green if you really feel I must. But I felt like 2 green eyes was good. And I'm not sure what other colour I would use. I think that's the biggest problem for me. I mean, I suppose I could go with blue, but I think the central eye being blue is good enough. That's my view anyway. And there we go. What do we got here? Re-TV films. I was playing Lost Mine of Fandelver and I shot a guy in the back in front of the city watch. Well, that's going to cause some trouble. Pretty sure it will. I would match it to the type of magic he could use. Such as what? What colour would that be? If it's not green, what colour would it be? That's the question, really. Jeff, thoughts on using this beholder as the Spectre in the Lost Mine of Fandelver? Yeah, you could. That Spectre in the Lost Mine of Fandelver, a lot of people when they run it, always find it sort of gets, it either causes a lot of trouble or it gets squashed. Make sure it's flying up high. Black or blue. Okay, alright. Blue, happy. I'm not doing it black because I want the central pupil to be black, and that doesn't make any sense. So, but I'm just going to put a little bit more paint on this. I think I'm going to make this eyeball just a slightly larger. There we go, and that's good enough. And now we want a blue eye rather than a green eye. So which green eye do I like? I like that green eye there. I'm going to paint over this green eye here. That'll keep Aaron happy. and make all the eyes stalks slightly different colour. Maybe that'll work better. I suppose it does. I'll give you that. Yeah, okay. Fair enough, Aaron. It does. It's just a little bit of water. Let's mix that up. Fine movements. There we go. And just a little bit more paint on there. Oh, I was watching Stardust. Man, I like that movie so much. And I was like, I know that there's supposed to be a Henry Cavill in there, and I can't see it. And I was like, which character is he playing? And I finally figured it out. I don't know how many times I've watched this movie, but I finally figured out which one it was. And it was like, oh, that was actually pretty obvious. Why did I not see that before? Sorry guys, I was moving the miniature out of the screen. Obviously I didn't want you to see what I was doing. No, I'm only kidding. But yeah. One of my favourite movies is Stardust. It's got a unicorn in it, which surprises me. They took all my gold and put me in prison. Oh, that happens, man, when you start doing that sort of stuff. And I'm pretty excited to get to go on holiday tomorrow. Aaron, you're on holiday. Ooh, nice. Where are you off to, Aaron? A week on the beach with family. Oh, well, that sounds good. So I believe that holidays should be places where you are warm, not cold. I don't understand when I've had people who want to go on holiday and they want to go to the windiest place they could find or the coldest place they could find. And I'm like, what are you thinking? And of course, I prefer the warmth over the cold, and I've not so far haven't found anybody who'd like to go the other way around and just go somewhere warm. Oh, my eyes. The green and the blue all looks the same now. Oh, I'm going cross-eyed. Oh! Okay. Okay, Aaron. Significant improvement. The eye being blue, I agree, it's made a huge difference. You were right. I was wrong. Well, the or three hurricanes hit where we were going, so it's almost didn't happen. 3 hurricanes or 1 hurricane? That is a lot of hurricanes. Even 1 hurricane's bad news. So they've all petered out and there's no leftover collateral damage from those hurricanes? I imagine there is. Just do the sides here. Look, for those of you who are wondering what the heck is going on with the white stuff around his mouth, I'll get there eventually. I just haven't fixed it yet. I don't know if I'll do it today. And I'm still trying to fix this eye here. The more I try to fix it, the bigger the blue blob gets. So there's a point where you just have to say, Fred, this is as good as it gets. Leave it. Come on, let me paint. Paint. It's all drying up. It's getting warm in here. Paint. Okay, all right. That's it. That's it. I got it. I'm going to put the black bits in, the pupils. And then anything else that happens with the eyes is happening some other time. Otherwise, I'm going to lose my whatever. I'll lose it. 1 hurricane. Well, 1 hurricane, still bad news, mate. Okay, shaking the black. Category 4. God, bloody. Right. Spin it round, spin it round. Okay, it's time for the pupil. let's put the pupils in, and just a little bit of black. Make sure my brush is working nicely. Yep. And we're going to start off with the ones that I probably can't balls up the most. Like these ones. That's not to say that I can't, just less likely. Wiped out a few cities on the coast. Oh my god, cities. Wiped out cities. Jeez, mate. That does not sound good at all. Okay, alright, so... trying to get a nice clean sort of line inside there. I don't know, can you guys notice it? Does it look better? Does it look worse? It's probably not going to be obvious until I start doing the other eyes. But I feel like that worked. The central eye and the pupil for that's going to be a pain. I can see it right now. Alright, so that's the first one. It's not super neat and tidy though. Truthfully not sure if I'm going on vacation or if I'll be helping with recovery efforts. Oh my gosh. Yeah, vacation or recovery efforts. Sounds pretty serious, man. It would kind of suck to have to spend your time off with your family, helping other people get their lives back together. But it's certainly noble and important to do. And I know you're the kind of person who would probably do that sort of thing. So, yeah. Have you got family in that location, or is it just a place that you sort of picked out of the blue? Okay, all right. So that is the green eye with the black center. And now we're moving on to the red eye. The red eye. Here we go. Black eye, red eye. I'm so happy that there is like a center to the bead that's recessed, so it makes it a little bit easier to put that central eye bit in. Because all I need to do is make a mistake, and then I've got to repaint over with a color, and it'll take me forever. Now. I think I might have bollocked it there. Okay, hang on. No, just go, just our go-to vacation spot. All right. The in-laws family chip in on a 12 to 16 bedroom house and spend a week together every couple of years. Oh, that's a cool idea. I think that's brilliant. That is very sensible. Okay, so I'm trying to fix my little mistake with the eyeball here. It may or may not work. Good enough. Good enough. I don't even know if you guys even noticed that. You probably can't even see what I'm talking about. It's probably that insignificant in terms of an issue that you haven't even noticed. Anyway, moving on. Let's get the next eyeball, because we're now on to 78 minutes. I'm running out of water. My voice is about to disappear. And that, still got the central eye to do. I think we might be back again for this beholder. I don't feel like it's quite done. But it's certainly a lot further on than it was. That's the problem with painting. It takes forever, particularly if you're being fussy. I'm being fussy, I know that. Problem is, when you paint online, everybody assumes you're doing a really good job and you're really good at it. It's not always the case. Sometimes you just do things because it's fun. Okay, that's that. Oh, I think what I will do is I'm definitely going to just get that black eye in the center, get the pupil. I'm going to try really hard, so if I stop talking and I start holding my breath, you know why. Okay, here we go. Maybe I need to paint the central eye pupil a lot larger. It's just not quite big enough, is it? Opinions? Central eye, not big enough, need to make it bigger. Not big enough to, yeah, it isn't. It's the blue, eh? The blue section is just not large enough considering the size of the eyeball compared to the other eyes. It doesn't quite look right. It looks a bit weird. Where's that yellow? There it is. I'm just going to thin it down. I'm not going to use the yellow on the eye, for those of you wondering what the heck I'm talking about. I'm actually using the yellow down here, and I need to just make sure I don't use too much. And I'm just going to sort of spot paint it. This is not the final application. This is just to get it moving. I think it's not big enough. Yeah, ReTV, I believe you're right. The blue section is just not big enough compared to the other eyes. You're absolutely right. And I will sort that out. Will I sort it out today? That's the question. Oh, I probably will. I've got one of my videos ready to upload, so that's good. Probably should go and sort out that review for my mini factory at some point, which I'll probably do sometime today. Since I said I would do it, and I do want to do it, it's there. And the good thing about painting and leaving these things is you have time to sort of process and think what you're doing next, and to let the paint harden before you do anything else with it. Okay, is it enough? Not clearly enough. No, a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to leave the drilly section because I'm still not really sure how I'm going to approach that. Wait, no, I'm not going to wait. No, wait, no, you're right. No, I'm definitely right. I think you're right too, mate. I think the central line needs to be slightly bigger. So where's that blue? We'll pop it open. We'll get the eyeball a little bit bigger in the center, because it doesn't look quite right. It doesn't look like it's going to work the way I want it to. And just a little bit of paint, and pop the lid back on that little sucker. And now the trick is I haven't managed to balls up the center of this thing so far, and I'm a little afraid that I might do that. So okay. Concentration, pray for me, cross your fingers, cross your elbows, no, your feet, legs, there we go. And now it's looking a little weird. I've got to paint the top section, I think. That's the trick. I don't want to paint too much because there should be a sizable amount of white section to an eyeball, right? If I paint too much and make the blue too big, it's going to not work either. Yeah, it looks it's not the roundest. I don't suppose it really matters if it is. Well, I think that is an improvement. What do you think? Tell me what you think. Is that eyeball more in line with where it needs? Oh, I know it's upside down, guys. Sorry about that. The problem is when I place it the other way around, I don't think you can actually see it that well because the base is probably in the way. Yeah, I'm going to just turn it upside down. Tell me, what do you think? Is that about right? Have I got it sorted in terms of the size of that eyeball? I feel like it's roughly where it needs to be for now. Roman, I've enjoyed this, but I'm going to go to bed since it's 8:30 here in Minnesota. Totally understand, man. Totally understand. I am going to head off too. So Roman, I'll see you later. I'm glad you enjoyed it. And for the one person who didn't enjoy it and thought they were showing up for something else, I'm sorry that it was not what you were hoping for. But this is sort of how things work for me. So I'm going to turn the miniature around to show you what I have done for today. I feel like I will have to come back. It's not like it's a complete job and I've solved all of my issues and I'm happy completely with it because I kind of like that, and there are things that I like to sort of continue fiddling with, and this is definitely going to be one of them. But yeah, if you liked this video, you found it entertaining in any way, please share and like the video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel and you kind of like hanging out once a week while I paint, or you want to check out some of my other videos, feel free to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit the bell button to be notified when I go live and when I publish new videos. And it does happen, even if it doesn't seem like it does. It happens at least once a week. Now, if you want to support me, you supported me by watching this video, and I have hundreds of videos, like 600 of the things. So if you want to continue to support me, go and watch those videos. Anything, there's bound to be something you'll find useful. You don't have to go and watch all of them, just the ones you like or look interesting to you. Now, I don't do Patreon, but down in the description you will find affiliate links to the Book Depository and Amazon, where you can buy stuff online. I get a small commission. You pay exactly the same price. You don't have to buy the thing that I have linked to. Just go through the link and you're away. Now, I have included down in the description all of the tools that I used for this live stream, and I will also update the colors that I used for the painting of the miniature. So feel free to do that and go down there and check what colors I used if you want to duplicate it. And now if you have any questions and feedback, this is the time in the live chat while I'm still around. Otherwise, down in the comments, I'm happy to comment to give you feedback and respond to you and answer stuff down in the comments section if you're not part of the live stream. Otherwise, till next time, keep rolling those 20s. Brian, thank you very much. I'm glad you like it. You think it's all right. It's not finished, but I think it's a pretty good second video, should we say? Second video. We'll get there. Okay, I better get going.